From Hurricane High School in Hurricane, West Virginia, the Region 1 Championships 19 and under in U.S. Youth Soccer are on the air. Hello, everyone. I'm Marky Bilson, along with Nick Case, the producer and cameraman, Keith Turner, and Clay Demick. A big apology for our late start. Let's say that this is an ode to the old days of hockey night in Canada, where the game would begin in the middle of the game. We're about 3/4 of the way through here between Baltimore Celtic 96-97 and the Smithtown Kickers SC Arsenal, and it is a scoreless tie. The storyline today, Baltimore Celtic with only one substitution, and that being a backup goalkeeper, has held their own with Smithtown, who 3 years ago were the national champions, and a year ago in the regionals defeated Baltimore Celtic 2-1. The winner of this game goes to Frisco, Texas in the national championships in 3 weeks. It is the Celtics, very appropriately wearing green with white trim, and Smithtown. Arsenal, that's their nickname, and that's what they chant when they get together and huddle up before the half. And the somewhat polarizing English Premier Soccer League team, yes, Arsenal is wearing the red and the white. The throw in here for Baltimore going, well, it is done by Kismet Tooley, and Baltimore will try to set up here at midfield. Now, originally, this game was to be played at a soccer complex in Barbersville, West Virginia, but we've had some rains, and so they've instead elected to play on the field turf here at Hurricane High School. You can tell that this is a football field, obviously, where the Hurricane Redskins, alma mater of Doc Holliday, the Marshall head coach, no, not the ally of Wyatt Earp in the Battle of the OK Corral, but Doc Holliday, the head football coach at Marshall, he is an alma mater of this. This is his high school alma mater, I should say. Colin Miller has been in net today for Baltimore Celtic 96-97 and has played an outstanding game with many saves. Miller is a Providence Friar when he's not playing on this select team. And again, you can see where the possession time, even though it is a deeper team for the natives of Long Island, New York, Smithtown Kickers, coached by Tom Lips, Baltimore has really held their own. We are approximately 28 minutes into this game, and so 12 minutes. Now, there will be no overtime. If this game remains tied, I am told, we will go directly to the penalty kick shootout. Best of 5 at that point. With the ball, trying to get it inside, but a nice play right there to kick it away. Give Steve Dovey credit there. Here with the ball, midfielder Gavin Boyer, number 9, and they kick it back out. Andrew McDonald wears number 3, and he's one of the players on the point. Back line. And now, with the shot and the save there by Noah Veronier, the Southern Connecticut product, with the shot was Gavin Barger. Barger, a Penn Quaker. Barger is wearing number 11. Baltimore in a 4-4-2 base formation. Smithtown likes to use the 4-2-3-1, so 5 midfielders for Smithtown. Long shot, trying to get it in, but back to the net. The striker could not get a shot off against Veronier. Again, a scoreless tie, and Baltimore really with no substitutions. Only their goalkeeper, backup goalkeeper for them, is Keegan Meyer, going to High Point. That's a D1 school in North Carolina. Throwing the ball in, Kismet Tooley, one of the defenders, and he plays for Temple. So some very fine D1 products. In fact, if there is one advantage for Baltimore today, it would probably be that it seems like so many of their players are playing at major D1 schools. For instance, Tooley going to Temple. I mentioned Colin Miller going to Providence. Keegan Meyer, the backup keeper, goes to High Point. But check out Gavin Barger, the Penn Quaker. Also going to Penn is midfielder Aramus Momo. Striker Tyler Gabara, who wears number 8, plays for NC State. Midfielder Gavin Boyer goes to Howard. Matthew Bautista, another midfielder, goes to Loyola. Keeper Veronier there kicking the ball away to midfield. And again, Baltimore with possession. But now Smithtown trying to keep it. And again, apologizing for the late start. We're under 10 minutes here. And I don't believe we'd have any extra time. There's been no scoring. There's been no real penalty or grand... You know, Miller was hurt for a little bit during the game, but there was no extra time in the first half. 40-minute halves here. But again, the storyline, I think you've got to give it to Baltimore, and you saw it at the beginning of our broadcast how they had possession early. Now it's Smithtown. Try to see what they can do. Smithtown wearing the red. They'll throw the ball in here from the far side. Their striker and player to watch, Musa Kanat, wearing number 11. Now possession goes to Baltimore. Saunderson, number 7, and Tooley, Kismet Tooley now with the ball. No score here in the later stages of the game. Here's an opportunity for Smithtown. The long kick, and it is just wide. Credit there for that play to Casey Abline, Fairleigh Dickinson product, who had something of a strong first half. Possession and mensch of the game early on, but Miller will now kick this ball away. His counterpart, Veronier, is shown to have a very strong leg and can easily kick the ball 50 yards. You may see an opportunity here for Veronier to do that, but no, he'll throw it in. Smithtown trying to make something happen. Kicking the ball long in that circumstance was Hetler, Christopher Hetler, SUNY Cortland product. Many of the players on Smithtown go to SUNY Cortland. Among them, one of the players not here, Matthew April. Focusing on the players who are here, Matthew Hellerman, Christopher Hetler. They're going to Cortland, State University of New York system. But now Baltimore with possession. And we are about 6 minutes remaining in the game. And again, it will go directly into a shootout. This is a rough estimate of time. Of course, I'll tell you if there's extra time. And you'll be able to find that out because they won't go into an overtime period. Again, we are playing at Hurricane High School with a field turf. And if you know modern field turf, modern artificial surface, then you know that this surface is actually made out of old tires. And yes, we can see some of the pellets here. Ball goes out of bounds, and so Smithtown will have the opportunity here, perhaps at a corner, and this might be the best scoring opportunity of the game. Harrison Wellbacher will throw the ball in. And instead he'll go to midfielder Alejandro Ruiz, going to Sunio Naida. Again, going back. Champions. And a year ago in the regionals defeated Baltimore Celtic 2-1. The winner of this game goes to Frisco. Mentioned before that Fernando Cortez is not here for Smithtown. He is an outstanding player playing for the New York Cosmos. The Baltimore players have played the distance, and here they come. Gavin Boyer, the midfielder, was the one who took the ball away. Standing block there. Let me try to determine the player here as soon as I can find the number. That is Abline. Casey Abline, the Fairleigh Dickinson product. Smithtown also without Nikoski Burgess, who's going to Connecticut, and that's a big loss, as is Justin Carfora, not on the team today. He's away, and he's a Holy Cross Crusader. So Stephen Elias, a teammate of Tyler Gabara of Baltimore, they play at NC State. He's not here, so Smithtown with substitutions on the bench, but some of their premier D1 players not here. Centering it, and Noah with a great save. That is Noah Veronier, keeping the game scoreless. Baltimore has to set up again. Long kick. And the defender for Smithtown there breaking that one up. Give credit to Steve Dovey. Mentioned his name a lot. Stoppage of play and injury here. Now, Christopher Hetler wears 23, and I'm wondering if is it the keeper here, Noah Veronier, who appears to be shaken up? Veronier going to Southern Connecticut. Later stages of the game, this will probably add some extra time to the game, but we are, by my rough estimate with a stopwatch, about in the final 2 minutes here, and we will go directly to kicks. Veronier checking him out. There is no backup keeper listed on the roster for Smithtown. See who, as he continues to be checked out. If anything, this would seem to favor, with no substitutions, the Baltimore Celtics, who've played a spirited game and really had a lot of possession. Their keys, their coach Brandon Quaranta told me, was to be compact defensive. They can't go end to end, and there are opportunities in the box, take them and win the free kicks. There have not been many free kicks, but they've had, I think, a lot of success. For one thing, I think that, and we've seen it here in the final stages, Smithtown is very content not to force the ball upfield, but rather bring it in. slowly and contently. We shall have some extra time, I would imagine, due to this injury. Now, let's see if right now, and I'm trying to determine who would be in net. And I think that Veronier, they're giving him some extra time here. There's a, if you can see, I'm going to look for the monitor right now as my vantage point here. And yes, you can see right now there is no keeper in net as they're waiting for Veronier to come back. No score, Baltimore and Smithtown. Smithtown from Long Island. 3 years ago, the national champion. And here's Veronier getting applause, and he'll be kicking the ball away. 2 extra minutes here being put on the clock for this injury timeout. No extra time earlier on. And if no scoring in these last 2 minutes, we're going to go right to the penalty kick shootout. Ball goes out of bounds. With the football field, it's important to remember that the white you see is not the out-of-bounds marker. Look to the black. The black is the out-of-bounds marker. So you have a throw in here. It was Justin Sabalara going to Sunio Naida, who was trying to control the ball. That's number 2, but instead Baltimore will take possession. Throwing it in is Kyle Saunderson. If anybody can score a goal here, and remember, Veronier a bit shaken up, but he seems to be fine as he's going to kick the ball away now. And again, Smithtown, a little surprising with short time. They're content and just taking the ball up. No big kick here. There's the big kick. And the player to watch as the ball goes out of bounds here for Smithtown. Chasing it was Ryan Willoughby, I believe. Tossing it in now will be Harrison Wellbacher, going to Binghamton. Wellbacher, center midfielder. Here's the wall. Kicked away by Baltimore. Nice header there. And that is regulation. We have played a scoreless tie, and I am told now we will have no overtime. We will go right to the penalty kick shootout, best of 5. And it is not like the Olympic hockey that you may have seen 2 years ago when TJ Oshie won a shootout all by himself for the United States. No, every player must kick. Now, the coaches here, Tom Lips and of the Smithtown Kickers SC Arsenal and the Baltimore Celtics, Brandon Quaranta, of course, they choose who will kick. Generally speaking, the team that goes first in the free kick, it is sometimes thought of in the shootout. And I'm a bit surprised. They have a bit of an advantage. I guess not as quite as much pressure, but so many times this just comes down to which way the goalie guesses. I don't know how many of you saw the Euro Nationals. We recently had a very exciting shootout in the Euro Nationals a couple of days ago. I guess the story of the Euro Nationals was Iceland's run in the tournament before homestanding France knocked them off in a 5-2 game a couple of days ago. But there was the shootout that went 8 kicks between Germany and Italy, that Germany actually came from behind in the shootout and won. in the Euro Nationals, so we might see some of the similar excitement there. I should say some of the similar excitement here. But the coaches will choose their kickers, and we'll find out who goes first here very shortly and which goal they will try to kick to. Now here in Hurricane, the wind is blowing from right to left. And yes, we know how appropriate that sounds. Here in Hurricane, the wind is blowing. Hurricane is about halfway between Charleston, West Virginia and Huntington, West Virginia, two of the largest cities in West Virginia. And in fact, I believe they may be the two largest. I think Wheeling is only about 30,000 or 29 the last I looked. Huntington and Charleston certainly the largest, just a little bit under 100,000. And Huntington, I think somewhere around 69, and they're very close to each other on Interstate 64. Charleston pretty much center of the state, where you'd put a state capital. Anyway, Hurricane is about halfway between those two cities. And the two cities are not that far apart, less than an hour's drive. So we will have the left, and forgive me, I don't have the direction here, whether it's east, west, north, or south, but we'll have the left goal, it appears, will be kicking on, and the first team to kick will be the Baltimore Celtics. This player, Gavin Barger, going to Penn. He's the first shooter. He'll be going up against Noah Veronier. So many times it's just, which way do I dive? Which way do I guess? And he guesses. I'm trying to see, did that go in? I think that did go in. Yes, it did. The Baltimore is cheering. There was a hand placed on the ball, but it went into the net. So in the best of 5 shootout, everybody has to kick, even the goalkeepers, if they go 11 deep, but it's a best of 5 to begin. For the kickers from Smithtown, this is Harrison Wellbacher, going to Binghamton, going up against Colin Miller. And he shoots and scores. So we're 1-1 after 1. We've got 4 more kicks if necessary for each team. This player is Matthew Bautista, who goes to Loyola of Maryland. Midfielder. Going up against the Southern Connecticut product, Noah Veronier. The wind at the back for all the shooters. And Bautista scores easily. 2-1 Baltimore. Miller back in net, and the shooter for Smithtown, Alejandro Ruiz, Oneida product. 4 state championships for Smithtown, 2 regional. They want to make it 3. And they tie it up. 2-2. Kicker for Baltimore, Scat McDonald, product of Williams. McDonald is a defender. And he scores underneath Veronier. Veronier has guessed right with his jump, but has been a little late both times. No one has missed. This is the 3rd kick. Bottom of the 3rd, if you will. Musa Kanat, the striker, relatively held in check, had some possession time in the first half that we were not able to broadcast. Now, the best hold-up player in the Albany Connect, and he scores. This is like extra innings in baseball. We will go, if there is a winner, if it's tied after 5, we go to 6, obviously. And then it becomes more or less sudden death. Baltimore's kicker, Gregory Andro, perhaps their best one-on-one player. And the Williams product scores easily as Veronier just guesses wrong on his jump. Matthew McDonald, the Boston University product, will kick here. Native of Smithtown, New York. (4-3). Nobody's missed a kick yet here in the penalty kick shootout. Going up against Colin Miller, the Providence product, and he shoots and scores. So now it's sudden death. If somebody misses, it'll probably be fatal. Pressure not quite on Gavin Boyer, the Howard product. They're going to win Baltimore in regulation of penalty kicks. Obviously, this is not regulation, but he's got to make this one. And he does. No one has missed yet. Do or die for Christopher Hetler. If Smithtown is going to go to Fresco, Dallas Metroplex, and try to win the national championship for the second time in 3 years, it's got to come now. And they're applauding and they're shooting, so that one off the post, but it goes in. For the second time in 4 years. Now we're on our 6th kicker. It's got to come now. It's like extra innings in baseball. And they're applauding and they're shooting, so that one off the post, but it goes in. Barra, who's going to North Carolina State. Left-footed kick, and it is true. 6-5. Gabarra's kick. Successful. All the pressure now on Ryan Willoughby. His father watching on here. Talked to him earlier in the game. A Coastal Carolina product. Going up against Colin Miller, who's played an outstanding game. And has a size advantage in net. But he cannot stop this one. You get the feeling that a kicker must, if this game is going to be won, we're on our 7th kick right now, somebody's going to shoot wide. Noah Veronier has yet to stop a kick, neither has Colin Miller in this shootout. This kicker here for the Celtics is James Guyland, going to Maryland, Baltimore County, and there we have a save. So now Smithtown can go to Texas if Justin Ceballara, James Guyland, the SUNY Oneida product, Maryland, Baltimore County, and there we have a save. Miller. Great save there by Veronier. So now they're all great at this stage. Ceballara against Miller for the regional championship. Give it to Smithtown! 7-6. Smithtown wins it in the shootout, 1-0. Well, we were a little late in bringing it to you, but a very dramatic and exciting shootout. And Smithtown overcoming a great effort by the Baltimore Celtics. They had to play all 11 for all 80 minutes. They did so very well, and by the matter of a great save by Noah Veronier, the Southern Connecticut product, Smithtown wins the Region 1 Championship 19 and under. So congratulations for Tom Lips, their third regional championship, and they will have a chance to win their second national championship in Frisco, Texas in 3 weeks when they go there for nationals. This team, a national champion in 2013. So congratulations, Smithtown Kickers SC Arsenal. You win the shootout 7-6 over Baltimore Celtic 96-97 from Hurricane, West Virginia. So for Nick Case, the producer, cameraman Heath Turner, and Clay Demick, I'm Marky Bilson. Thanks for joining us here on the Turbo Sports Network.